week with a holy end. And an unholy week with a holy end. I'm going to show you why we went that way. Because every year this time we celebrate what we call Holy Week. And we have all the Easter sermons at different churches. But let me read the definition of holy first. Holy means pure, morally and spiritually perfect, sinless, sacred, consecrated. All that is holy. Amen. And when you really pay attention to the last 7 days of Jesus' life, there wasn't nothing holy about it. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me today. Amen. We gotta understand that it started on Palm Sunday. In the Jewish calendar, it was on Saturday from Saturday, but just for the sake of our understanding, it started on Palm Sunday when he rode into the holy city on a donkey, and the people began to throw out palm leaves and yell, Hosanna. Y'all know the story. Don't act like this the first time you heard it, but they rode and they threw out palm leaves, and they were celebrating the king coming into the holy city. Is that right? But check this out. It was not just a few days later with those same people that were throwing the palm leaf were saying crucified. Now that brings me to the point. Amen. You better be careful how you let somebody pump your head up when they pat you on the back. Because people are so fickle that they will turn on you in the end. Oh, I'm talking from my experience. That may be why I'm like I am about too much. People try to build you up too high. Because if they lift you too high, you got a long way to fall. Let me think about it. The one thing we got to understand, I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, it's saying they're all just vanity anyway. Everybody want to be somebody big, but nobody want to be a servant. So here we see Jesus riding into the holy city. And you know what happened on the next day, on Monday. We find the cleaning of the temple. And I remember Reverend Horton preaching about the thieves in the temple. And it was that Monday when he come in and he began to show who he really is, began to show his authority. Because he began to clean the temple, began to whip them out of the temple, began to turn over the cage. And I love what he said about him having a temper tantrum. And it made me think about the church would be a whole lot better if we did the same thing in the church sometimes. Sometimes we have to turn over the offering table. Sometimes we have to throw people out. Some people really need a whooping in church, y'all, whether you want to admit it or not. But this week don't seem too holy. Am I right about it? Then we get to Tuesday, where he was questioned by the religious leaders because of what he had done the day before. They wanted to know under what authority do you do these things? And you know how that story went. Then we get to Wednesday when Judas had made a plot, had begun to plot with the religious leaders that he was going to give them Jesus. How many of us have plotted with the enemy that we were going to let him have Jesus? It was also this day that the lady anointed Jesus' feet with the ointment. And you know what Judas said about that. That could have been sold for much money. Why is it when we get saved, money become a big issue? Come on, Bishop. I'm going to answer the question because I find it hard to understand because when he saved me, I love to have money. I would love to be rich. And I believe one day I'm going to have it. But one thing about it, money don't run me, but I'll run money. Come on, Bishop. Y'all ain't saying that tonight. See, I'm not one of those go to poor mouth. You wouldn't know if I didn't have a dime in my pocket. Because what we do when we poor mouth and we say that God ain't able. How are we going to serve a God that owns everything and he can't even provide our just normal needs? Come on now. I'll stay back here then, y'all. Elder, you keep me back here if you can. Then we get to Thursday. On Thursday, we see Jesus eating with his disciples, serving the Holy Communion, as we call it. Some people call it the Last Supper. Am I right about it? We see how he began to explain to his disciples that this night that he was going to be betrayed by one of them. And we also see on this same night that later on that Judas come up with a bunch of people just to grab Jesus. Y'all hear me? It was somewhere around midnight when they came and got him. But we also see that it was on this night when Jesus was captured by the soldiers and how he received the kiss on the jaw from Judas. Am I right about it? Not only that, but we see it was this night that his closest friends ran off and left him. It was this night. It was this night when Peter, cut off the servant's ear, but Jesus put it back on. And it was this night all the mess began to happen. It was also this night that we find Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane praying, wanting the cup to be passed over. See, one thing about Jesus, he shows that it don't matter about your feelings. When you have a mission from God, you have to fulfill your mission. Am I right about it? But all this happened on Thursday. And Thursday night, it was also on Thursday, we saw when they handcuffed him and thrown him, locked him up. I believe it was in the high priest's house, had him locked up in the bottom. And then we get to Friday morning when they took him in front of Pilate and took him in front of Herod and marched him from one to the other. It's a bad thing when you can't find nothing wrong, but people will still try to crucify you. See, maybe y'all ain't had them kind of problems yet. Now, this is on Friday. And Friday was the day that they began to nail the nails in his hand and the nails in his feet. I wanted you to see that it wasn't nothing holy about this week at all. Am I right about it? But I did tell you that this week would have a holy end. Am I right about it? Not only did they nail him on the cross on that Friday, not only did they pierce him in the side, and not only did he lay his head in the locks of his shoulders and gave up the ghost on Friday, we found that it was Friday when they took him off the cross and placed him in somebody else's grave. Y'all like it when I say it like that. Placed him in Joseph's new tomb. The Bible teaches us that there was a thing began to happen. If you read John chapter 5, you'll find out on Saturday. This is the time when Jesus' body is laying in the tomb, but his soul was preaching to all of those that was already captive. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. Those that had never heard the gospel were hearing it for the first time. But here Jesus was doing the work. It was also on Saturday when Jesus began to go to hell and take the keys from the devil. In other words, the key meant the authority. The devil had all the authority in the world, but Jesus went and took the keys back.
Come on now.
I told you you're going to end holy. But then here comes Sunday morning. Ain't y'all glad for Sunday morning? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was all right, but Sunday morning, and it was early Sunday morning, when the women went to the grave and saw that the stone was already rolled away. It was early Sunday morning that death found out he was defeated. Am I right about it? And because Jesus defeated death, he took the sting away from death for us. Am I right about it? Not only that, but death was defeated, Satan was defeated, sickness was defeated, all manner of diseases was defeated, depression was defeated. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Everything we had to go through was defeated that day when Jesus got up. I don't know about you, but I'm glad for Sunday morning. Because now we don't have to worry about being holiness, but we can be holy. Am I right about it? We don't have to worry about being impure because we can live right because Jesus lived right. He showed us that we can do everything he did. Because now we are a holy priesthood. We are a royal priesthood. Death is defeated. And you know what? Check this out. At the very end, death's going to be done away with.
Come on now, Bishop.
Won't be no more sickness. No more crying. No more dying. No more worrying. No more hitting the clock. No more getting up early. No more laying down late. Y'all ain't saying that all that going to be over with. No more cancer. No more dementia. No more diabetes. No more high blood pressure. No more sore muscles. Y'all ain't saying that. No more wheelchairs. We're going to have a new glorified body. Is that what he said? He said when the corruptible put on incorruptible. That's going to be a good day. With all the saints. Those that are gone on before. When we all going to stand at the Lamb. Take the crown off our head. Everybody want their crown. You take that crown off your head, throw it at his feet. So they're going to cry, holy. Y'all don't know nothing about that day. When the 24 elders be sitting there. It's going to be something. It's going to be something. I'm not like John said, I saw 144,000. I like what John said, I saw another number. See, I wouldn't worry about the 144,000. That is only 12,000 people from every tribe of Judah. Of the Israel. That's all that is. But then he saw another number. No man can count. And you in that number? Amen. Because the week ended holy. Paul writes and said, if he had not risen, all of this would be in vain. But because he got up, he proved that everything is all right now. Amen. Unholy week, but a holy end. Y'all stand up.